These guys put 5 money-making moves in place that got them some serious upside. They cut out a bunch of low-priority expenses, which saved them $16.5 grand a year. Next, they set up an ethical passive investment portfolio where they made an extra $7,300 a year. On top of that, they used an investment bond which created $11,250 of tax savings each year, and they brought forward some tax deductible expenses which created an extra $2,200. The final one was using salary sacrifice contributions with a view around the First Home Super Saver scheme. That created an extra $3,875. The big roadblock for these guys was that they were time poor and they knew they needed to do something, but they were just struggling to find the time to actually make it happen, kept putting it off for tomorrow that never seemed to come around. The other factor at play was that the bloke in this couple wanted to start working for himself in the future, and he knew that the moves that he was going to make now was going to dictate his ability to be able to do that. It was really important to him, so he was worried about making a mistake that would sabotage his ability to be able to do that in the future. So getting into the numbers, this couple were in their mid-30s, their income was $275,000. They were saving at a solid clip of 55 grand a year. Just to recap on these strategies, the first one around cutting out some low value costs, they realized with their budget, really common thing that some expenses had just crept in that they weren't really getting a lot of value out of. And it's really easy for these things to happen, whether it's a cleaner or a dog walk or a personal trainer, things that are really nice to have, but realize that they're less important than some of your other spending or investing goals. And they cut these out, created a pretty significant saving quite quickly. The investing side of things, ethical investing was important to them, so they wanted to do that, but they wanted to do it in a way where they were going to build a passive income. They also wanted to be tax smart, so they combined ethical investing, passive investing, and an investment bond, save a bunch of tax, build that passive income, and invest in a way that was aligned with their goals. The prepaying of expenses and extra bit of salary sacrifice were relatively minor in terms of the savings, but better money in their bank account than the ATOs, and combined it was over 5 grand a year of upside as a result. Also leaving the door open with the super contributions for First Home Super Saver scheme to create potentially some further upside. Now for these guys, the financial planning process helped to push them forward to actually make some decisions. Because they were time poor, this stuff kept getting put off and they sort of paralyzed in that inaction trap. By having a structured approach and some clear timelines that they committed to, it pushed them through making decisions, narrowed down some of the options, and helped them actually take action. A structured approach to decision making really is your friend in this case, because it's easy for a week to turn into a month and a year, and the opportunity cost can get really real.